I feel in the face of all the problems in the world impotent, and why I somehow cannot manage to transform I. Now here we get to the real problem, because we're always telling each other that we should be different. Now, I'm not going to tell you that tonight. Why not? Because I know you can't. Nor can I. That may sound depressing, but I'll tell you it isn't. It's very hard. But everybody, you see, who is at all sensitive and awake to their own problems and human problems is trying to change himself. We know we can't change the world unless we change ourselves. So when we are aware of the ego I, we are aware of this chronic tension inside ourselves. And that's not us. It's a futile tension. So when we get the illusion, the image of ourselves, married to a futile tension, you've got an illusion married to a futility. And then you wonder why I can't do anything.
Good morning, everybody. I had a bright and early start to the day. I woke up about 2 hours earlier than usual. It's one of my friend's birthday, so I agreed to go to a yoga class with them. And let's actually record this, because it's a good rant. Create a trading view idea. Oh, and I need a glass of water. Hold on. I did not plan. Okay, thank you for your patience. Coming back. So, let's do this. So, I woke up this morning and I took a look at all my bearish conditions, and to my understanding, I should have the correct settings already saved to this chart template for our longest overexpanded period. It's actually 160, not 120. Get that fixed there. Beautiful. It's actually my friend's birthday, and I decided to, or rather, she invited me to go to a yoga class with her. And I kind of forgot that people have jobs and go to work in the morning. And I got stuck in traffic, and, you know, I was just sitting there staring at the car in front of me, and it's raining outside. And I can't help but think, wow, this is usually what people are stressing about. Why am I stressing about a chart when it's a much better alternative than sitting in traffic every single morning before you're even functioning as a human being? And so that calmed me down pretty much. And I went to a yoga class, but I don't know, the flow felt a little off. I wasn't very receptive to the whole thing today. You know, honestly, I've done like 12-mile mountain bike rides, and I consider that easier than today's yoga class. Not because it was difficult, but just because it didn't flow very well. And that brings us to this chart, where we have all the implied bearish expectations, but we aren't actually bullish either. We have this really implied, obvious uptrend. Like, it's quite clearly an uptrend on the daily chart. It's consistent and it's clear. And we've repeatedly stopped out of shorts these last few weeks. Except our Litecoin short. We've actually finally made our lower low, and my god, I've actually made more on the Litecoin short and than I have lost on the Bitcoin shorts. And you know what? Thank God for that. Right, because we're finally getting this lower low here, and we have the long-term implied mean reversion. Oh my goodness. Like how far are we into profit? We entered at 134, and I'm currently about 3x, so I'm 15% in profit. But our long-term mean reversion pivot is huge, guys. It's all the way at 220. Like, let me just watch this. 220. Okay. I'm up 15%, but I'm going to be up in total an implied 60%. That's pretty good. I am very excited for this upcoming week. Because, even though I've lost repeatedly on the Bitcoin shorts, my hedged position, the Litecoin short, has treated me very well. Anyway, speaking of Bitcoin, let's actually go over our mean reversion pivots. Yeah, it's actually on the 1 hour chart there. Beautiful. All right, so let's switch this back to the 160. And I do want one more band length here, a 16% move. Okay. There's 16 MA on the 1.25 standard deviation. That should do it. And we're going to hide the 50 on the 3.2. Beautiful. Okay. So we have two short entries, right? Whenever we're in a bearish condition by entering the 160 band, our entries into the condition are going to be short on 1/10th of the period. So in this case, the 16 1.25 standard deviation. So that means our shorts are like so. When we activated this condition, we entered a short here, and we also entered a short here. All right, I actually did not stop out of this. I considered exiting. I was watching it happen, but when I actually saw it re-enter the swing down, well, now we actually have implied bearishness again. It's just so much implied bearishness despite being an active uptrend, and it's quite frustrating because we are tracing the edges of the bearish scenario without actually invalidating it. Bitcoin is dumping right now. That's really kind. Hey, groovy. I can't wait to see where this goes. If this is the top for finally, I'm going to be quite ecstatic. And I'm interested in how the volume looks. I am going to do the following. Oh, I'm looking at the Bitfinex chart too. I don't want to do that. I'm going to use the aggregated chart here. There we go. Yeah, it still looks very good. I am hoping this dump accelerates a little bit faster. Quite excited to see how this bad boy turns out. Right, because we also had the longer term mean reversion condition, which activated here. And then it's actually, technically speaking, we can use the longest over expanded period of the shorter time frame to gain short entries as well. So that would have been here, and now here are both short signals as well. And well, if you take a look at the daily chart, I'm not a static support and resistance trader, but it's hard to ignore the huge bearish block from the previous resistance. And why isn't this loading? Come on, just the daily chart. There's the 4 hour. I want to take a look at the BLX chart actually, because actually considering the following. Let's just switch this to basic. Actually, that's good. Let's hit OK. Turn off volume candles for a second. Switch to a logarithmic chart. And return this to... I turn on the 350. I don't want that. Okay. And I need to go to the weekly. So we have been playing the exact same fractal for a long time. Like, the similarity of the moves is just absolutely uncanny. It's each crash pattern is played out pretty much the same to the letter, where this would have been your initial short signal reentry, the 50 band. It reverted to the 50 mean, following a bounce, reverted to the 50 mean, following a bounce, entered the 200 band, entered the 200 band, which results in a slow trickle down to the weekly 200, which results in a slow trickle down to the weekly 200. Following is a nice little test of the weekly 200. Following is a test of the weekly 50 before rejection to the weekly 200. And then we have run up, test of the weekly 50, and that's really where I got my short bias. Right, then in the past, I was kind of saying, why would you be long directly under the weekly 50 moving average? Doesn't make any sense. We have played out the same crash pattern to the letter each time. So why, after 1.5 years, would this be the place it diverges? And, you know, I said that pretty haughtily, I'm not going to lie. And then, well, we actually got a reason why that would be the place it diverges. And, like, of course, this is finally the time where fundamental news is significant enough to cause an adverse reaction in Bitcoin and diverge from the fractal. It's Bitfinex. Okay? If your company is missing $850 million, what's the solution? Well, you print $850 million of currency. You artificially raise the price to cover the money you're missing. That's exactly what's happening. We're getting a very low volume increase in price. All right, let's just take a look at the Bitfinex chart here. Like, please tell me that we have this decreasing volume but increasing price. It's so exhausted. It's just trying to catch the top has been so troublesome because we keep on seeing the active mean reversion conditions and they're still active. It's just waiting for the signals to actually fire. Well, the signals have fired, right? It's just the signals keep on firing. Every time the CCI roll down occurs. It's insane. Anyway. I still have a bearish perspective. Still waiting for this crash to perform. We just have so much implied bearishness, and we have this castle built on pillars of sand. It's really not convincing. Right, if you want to start a bull run, you need a significant period of compression. Otherwise, it will fail. I just move back up, my boy. Here we go. It is just insane. Yeah, if we actually finally see more higher highs here, my recommendation will change from short to do nothing. And it's pretty reasonable to say, if your company is missing $850 million, the solution is that someone should go to jail for fraud. And thanks to a cat with charts for pointing that out. You know, there are not the fundamentals to support a bullish scenario here. And the divergence is just uncanny. And apparently there's some unscheduled maintenance going on in Binance right now. To my understanding, they're trying to unload a bunch of their tether as well. There is a massive dump in equities today as well. I think everything is going to go to shit this week. So, buckle up. I've been saying that for a while, and I keep on being wrong, but here's the thing, guys. It's a 10-to-1 profit ratio. I'm willing to repeatedly stop out 3-4 times in a row, because when I'm finally right, I'm going to make 10 times than what I lost each individual stop out, right? That's the beauty of trading. Risk management. It's important to understand I win less than half my trades. It's the profit ratio that makes me a good trader. It's just sitting back, relaxing, and waiting for the retest of the weekly 200 and letting our altcoin shorts do their thing. Because goodness gracious, this market is red. And I was looking at BAT last night, but to my understanding, it's in a significantly bearish mean reversion condition. Whew, yeah, that's screwed. That's all I have to say about Bitcoin today, folks. It has been a pleasure. Hopefully we're going to get some final dumpage here. You have a beautiful day. Also, I have to say this pretty quickly. If Binance is down, you can most likely expect some pretty ridiculous price action. So, big red candle of death. Sure. If we have unscheduled maintenance, it wouldn't be unreal to see that happen, like, even by the end of this live stream. Okay. It's been a beautiful day. Talk to you TradingView folks later. Okay. Do you guys still like this song, or should I change it? I based it off of Marconi Union's song "Weightless." Take the time to look it up. I figured I'd make a more deeply textured version of their song with a standard 4/4 kick on low tempo with significant changing patterns. Nothing for your brain to attach to, if you will. So I designed it for the point of being able to listen to it for hours on end. The Couch chart says change it. Okay, man. If you insist. You know, what are the laws? I actually don't know. If I just want to like plug Spotify into this and play whatever music I want, what happens then? Do they just put an ad on my video? Is that all that happens? Because it's not the worst case scenario. And honestly, I'd like to listen to my own music. You know, you guys are like putting a lot of bearish messages in the chat. Let's go take a look at all these. I can do it right now, but I don't want to go digging through my file system. Because I don't remember everything I've saved. $7,000 Bitcoin left of the hot wallet. Jesus. How do I choose my stops? I have a paid account for Spotify. Usually I just listen to the Elder Scrolls soundtrack. But you know, when I did my DJing, I actually used a DJ software that interfaces directly with Spotify. Holy shit. I could actually route audio from my DJ booth into OBS. YouTube also aggressively kills stuff with copyrighted music. Okay. You know what I can do? I can provide the listen with me link. Alright, watch this. If I hit play on a song, I'm not wearing headphones, so I'm not going to do that because it'll put copyrighted music on the video. But I can actually invite you guys to listen to your own music just by using Discord, which is kind of cool. Anyway. All right, let's read the comments. Yield curve, 10 to 3 month, 10 years to 3 months is down to 3 basis points. Holy hell. That's significant. Did we check FUSD? We have not. It's bearish. I think it's bearish. Let's actually define short-term mean inversion pivots. Oh, they're already crossed. I can just tell from looking at it. Let's point this out, shall we? This is pretty simple to deal with. Let's do 130, 125. It's already on 120. Nice. Okay. So, if you want to scalp this and short to here, it's kind of too far in right now to have a good profit ratio. But price is going to retrace 2.5%, 2%. It's probable. Yep. Short-term bearish expectations. We'll take a peek at XMR. Pretty active downtrend. Could probably try to draw a cup and handle if you wanted to. I don't recommend it though. And we actually have some pretty significant downward expansion. Let's try on the 12-hour chart. That might be the best. Yeah, because we have that active downward expansion that we can actually define pretty well. Let's take a look. It's actually the 200 period. It's nice. Oh. Yeah, we have some pretty clear downward acceleration. We're actually getting some slope probability volatility. Significantly increasing mass. Yeah, this does imply downward acceleration. We had a large period of compression, and now we're getting expansion to the downside, and we have not crossed any upward mean inversion pivots. It's a bearish chart. If you can short it, I would do so. Probably a CCI roll, 14 period, would be your best bet for entering that trend. Okay? As long as it doesn't cross its relative mean inversion pivot. When would be a good time to trade alts? Probably after we retest the weekly 200 in like 2 months. Unless you want to short alts, which I'm doing. My Litecoin chart is saving my ass, quite honestly. We could actually do some upward mean reversion pivots probably at the end of the day. Is Nano still in an uptrend? It's not. That died pretty hard. Okay. EOS BTC on the daily. Active downtrend. Net downward expansion. Can you short this? You can. EOS is a totally shortable coin. CCI roll down. Same thing. Quad CCI entry. All your periods are weighted. You just want to wait for the 14 period to come up. Roll down for short entry. Okay? It's going to be a short entry right there. Clean and simple. Daily. Not much you want to say about the daily chart. There's no extreme values. Sitting right on top of the daily 200, which might provide some brief support, but it's not really that hard of a value for altcoins. Really, your best bet's just to bet on trend continuation. Can you have a look and see if Link is overextended? Yeah, I did yesterday. Let's see if it's actually crossed its mean reversion pivots. I like how you said overextended and not oversold. Okay, do you mean overextended to the upside or the downside? Because I think we've actually entered a mean reversion pivot. I just don't remember what time frame. Okay, 6 hour looks pretty consistent. 300 period. Yeah, we've entered the mean reversion pivot, so we actually can get a signal on this. Except, yeah, you can use a 30-period CCI roll to the upside, but I'm going to show you the problem with that. And I should probably change my hotkeys to something other than my numpad, because I'm kind of getting tired of using the top of my keyboard to type in values. In order for me to actually want to take a long on this, I would need to see this happen, where we would need to enter the bottom edge of the teal band from below, would be my long signal here. And sure, this is going to come up pretty quickly, which implies maybe a short lateral move. And if it does dip down and come up, sure, I'll call that. But until then, it's going to be a pretty small trade. Well, actually, that's 20%. Holy hell. It's a really volatile coin. So, I'll set the alert for it. I just don't know if it's going to hit. Actually, I already have that alarm set. Yeah. So we just gotta sit and wait. So Link actually already is in a mean reversion condition. You just want to wait for the signal. When will be a good time? Yeah, I did that one. Thanks for the Litecoin short. Running nice. Yeah, man. I'm expecting a total of a 46%. Is that correct? 46? Hold on. What am I getting the value 46% from? It's just reversion to the 220 mean. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I must have been thinking of it on leverage. It's weird. Anyway. Oh, I think it's because I have my secondary target, like my long-term target set there. Right, because mean reversion targets, or rather lateral trading is defined by the long silver expanded period. I'm not going to show you the call because you got to pay for that, but it's a good chart. Oh god, I want a cinnamon roll. Oh my god. I really want a pastry. Man, that's bumming me out. Nice. Curve has made 20% on Litecoin. Dude. Litecoin has saved my ass this month, really. Like, Litecoin's the only thing keeping me in profit right now. And I initially over-leveraged and reduced my position size. But by half, mind you. And this is still saving my ass. So if this actually hits my last take profit target, oh, man. That's going to be insane. It's going to be major profit. Nice, guys. Pretty good live stream. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I guess I could just flip through the charts, find a mean reversion pivot I actually want to trade. That's viable. CRX, goddamn. It's down 50% from where I last tried to call it. I'm happy I used stop losses, let me tell you that. Okay, so we're going to start from the bottom and work our way up through the entire list. Okay. Zen. Let me reset the values here to 250. Active downtrend, active downtrend. Active downtrend. Active downtrend. We're not even close to any of the mean reversion pivots on this. Holy hell. Christ, I should have shorted XRP. I shorted TRX instead, and my contract expired. I'm really annoyed about it. XMR, active downtrend. XLM, active downtrend. Bitcoin, active uptrend. Although, significant mean reversion pivots. Just I hate this chart. Active downtrend. Active downtrend. Active downtrend. You know, guys, this is kind of the reason why I haven't called like a long an altcoin in over 2 weeks. Right? Because it is possible to anticipate this. This is different. Although I called Vib a while back around here, and we made 50% on that. 90%. Or actually, my target was 1150, and that's the exact value I sold on, but I very grateful for that trade. Buy looks like it already completed a mean reversion. Active downtrend. TRX, active downtrend. Man, I shorted right here. I would be in 35% profit times 3. I would have doubled my money. Or double my position size. Nope. Nope. Active downtrend. God. Such a bloody market. Really does convince me that Bitcoin is going to take a shit here pretty quickly. Like, the more I look at just how every altcoin is suffering. And Kat said something pretty interesting the other day about how Bitfinex would buy Bitcoin using Tether, transfer the Tether to fiat exchanges, or excuse me, transfer the Bitcoin to fiat exchanges, dump it all on altcoins, and then dump it all for cash, just so they can cover their missing money. Which makes a lot of sense, which is why, you know, it implies why altcoins are so bearish while Bitcoin is so bullish, right? Bitcoin is artificially covering their losses just by printing money and dumping it on other exchanges. It's insane. It's certainly not legal, and someone is going to get arrested. Active downtrend. Ooh, but it's a static support line, guys. Those work, right? Holy hell. We're generating so much mass. We're going to have so many good mean reversion conditions next month, hopefully. Rivet. Jesus. Is there like a single bullish chart here? What in God's name am I looking at? What's wrong with the market? Everything is bearish. Everything is in an active downtrend. Mean reversion pivots are miles away. A lot of these altcoins would have to raise like over 20% just for me to consider them actively bullish. Like, what am I supposed to call, guys? Just like another short entry? It's kind of the way I'm leaning right now. I'm gonna have to keep on calling shorts, and if you don't have a short account, I'm just gonna have to recommend you do nothing. Right? Think about the risk to reward here. Like, attempting long positions 1.5 years into a bear market when every coin is in an active downtrend and there are no crossed mean reversion pivots is just insane. This is interesting. Hold on. You can actually define the mean reversion pivot here. It's 90. Now, we're still actively downtrending on that chart. God damn it. Nope. Okay. I can analyze this. This is a great range we've got here. BNB USD is kind of bullish. I actually predict that BNB is in distribution, and we'll get to that shortly. You know, as soon as I thumb my way up through the rest of the chart. Do we have any mass generation here? We don't. Can we quad CCI in the daily? Maybe. Hey, you guys like trend lines? Super. I don't know. I'm not the one to call something like this. It might play out, but I really would not bet on it. Oh man, Litecoin is like one of the freshest charts right now. We have the active downtrend in an active mean reversion condition. Just so excited to take profit on that chart. Lisk, active downtrend, LRC, nope. Loon. Looks like we already completed the mean reversion there. Didn't catch it though. Nope, downtrend. Hold on. This is different. This is finding support. We actually have a mean reversion value here. Ooh, we can do this. 6 hour might be better resolution. Yeah, ooh, you know what? This might be good. 200 periods already set. Yeah, let's call it. This is good. This is a good chart. Great Days asks, when Bitcoin USD starts to dump, would altcoins go up in value? In Bitcoin value? No. Right. If you're in a lifeboat and your lifeboat is on the Titanic and the Titanic is sitting, where do you want the lifeboat? Probably want it in the water, right? Okay, holding an altcoin, which is directly tied to Bitcoin's value, is like being in a lifeboat while you're still on the boat. It's kind of pointless. Just because the lifeboat doesn't have holes in it doesn't mean it's not sinking with the ship. This is a good chart. I'm probably gonna call this. I'm gonna save this here. Okay, let's just go up to KMD. Guys, I do this like 4 times a day. Just go through everything on my watch list. Man. Really sad my TRX short expired. Hey, are we actually getting an... We are! Oh my god, we just missed it. Look at that right there. That bad boy. We actually have implied trend continuation here. Look at this. Our volatility overhead has finally just evaporated. I expect bearish continuation on Ethereum. Probably going to call that too. Okay. So far, we got a long on KMD and a short on Ethereum BTC. And short on FUSD would probably be a really good idea too. Whew. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to call both. So we're down to the E's. So ETC. Somebody said withdrawals are canceled on Ethereum for Ethereum Classic. EOS holding its price well. Another active downtrend. Man, quad CCI is so effective in these. What's this? Might have a mean reversion pivot here. They're all evaporated though. Oh, I'm on the 1 hour. It's not okay. C&D, no opinion. CMT, no opinion. So many downtrends. My God. Hey. Can't wait for this bad boy to crash. Hold on. Man, bread is a fun altcoin, let me tell you. This is one of my favorite range trading altcoins. If you are a day trader or a scalper, trade bread. BQX, eh. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is big. $300. Oh my God. Okay, watch this. Holy hell, no, this is not even a bearish mean inversion pivot yet. My God, it's so far away. This has been so sustained in a bullish move. Goodness. Yeah, it might be in distribution, but it hasn't crossed this relevant mean inversion pivot. All right, folks, get your final questions in. Let's see what I got for you, folks. Folks. I'm gonna sip my water and wait for you. Any final questions, folks? Tell me what you got. Bitcoin 15-minute chart. Okay, let's do it. Okay, what's worth looking at here? The 180. Actually, yeah, because we have an upward generation of mass here as well, so. Yeah, we have implied mean inversion on that front. And then that's long evaporated. So really, the only thing I can do now is just look at this short right here, which implies reversion down to at least 560. Also, Kat, what do you think about changing the length for periods for oscillator look back? Because I know it can cause decay to be slower or faster. I have mixed feelings about it. But 100 has been a pretty good standard, so. Also, I like using the ZLMA on this. Same unweighted standard deviation. Because you can get faster. Oh, actually, what if we use the zero lag exponential moving average and then increase the period look back? Huh. That could be fun. Right, because I don't want to see the accelerated compression from using it, but if we increase the period look back on the ZLMA, could have interesting results. I'll have to play around with it a bunch. But you can get some really early signals. Great Days asks, when next entry short for Bitcoin? Good idea. Yeah, I'm actually just still short. This didn't stop me out because I'm really low leverage. My stop was up here. When am I going to trade on the 1 minute chart? Yeah, I could probably do it soon. Why not? Yeah, I'll probably just repeatedly trade mean reversions. Like, watch this. Here we have 300 period. So I'm actually going to make that Bitcoin link available here shortly. Probably on the next stream. What period did I say? 300? Okay. Like, 'cause watch this. If I just repeatedly took these trades on leverage, and then watch this one. 300 and 160. Okay. I'm actually going to do one at a time so you guys don't get confused. Alright, so that's along there, and the take profit's there. Easy, simple. And then we short here because of volatility overhead back to the mean. And we actually have an active condition at this very moment on the 160. So if you're on BitMEX and you want to scalp this, go ahead. So if we enter this span, probably take a long, because it might, you know, if the pivots are really loose on the 1 minute chart, it's kind of the price you have to pay. And your aversion targets that mean there. You know what? On these kind of trades, I would just do like a 1-to-1 profit ratio, maybe even worse. Just because they hit so frequently. Probably just do something like that. Okay, folks, this has been a fun live stream. I really want a cinnamon bun, but I'm not going to get one. Just wanted you guys to know that so you could think about my restraint. Well, do me a favor and like this video. Interaction does help. And remember, I'm probably gonna like send you guys some music videos today. Oh, have you guys ever heard of like video interpolation or frame interpolation? It's a process where you take two frames that are right next to each other in a video and then use an algorithm to average them, and it creates a third frame that fits in between the two. That's an average. And you can boost like really choppy animations to like super slow-mo connected things. It's just so cool. Okay. Well, you guys have a beautiful day. I'll see you later.